Rich people in the UK, citizens of the UK, residents of the UK are fleeing the UK really quickly right now because there's a lot going on. Elections are coming up, and unfortunately for them, if they remain in a country like England, and this is not an individual case, Canada, Spain, Germany, you name it, all these major Western countries are going through the same problem. They're starting to tax their citizens way too much. They're starting to make it way too unprofitable to live in a country that they don't have to live in. And because of that, rich people are fleeing. And I can tell you from personal experience, from one-on-one conversations with a lot of wealthy people that I know who are from the UK, they are trying to get out as quickly as possible because they know exactly what's going to happen if they don't do it. Wealthy UK residents are fueling up their engines of their private jets and getting ready to flee the UK ahead of the Labour victory in the general election on July 4th. Now, the worst part is this won't only affect the wealthy, it's also going to affect the average person who's making an average salary. And on average, they're all going to pay an increased amount of 2,000 GBP, so pounds, per year on their salaries. Of course, the super wealthy are going to pay a lot more, but if we're being honest, are they going to pay a lot more? They have, great advisors, consultants that they can work with to move to different countries, move their operations to different countries. The wealthy are never the ones being impacted by this. It's always the middle class because they're the ones who can't do anything about this. Now, you have to remember, all of this is not something that the UK government just decides on their own. There's voting processes for this. Now, the problem is when most of the people are at the bottom mooching, well, they're going to vote for what's in their best interest, not what's in the best interest of the wealthy people, of even the middle class in a lot of these cases. The lower class and the lower middle class has a lot of voting power, which is why they can basically decide exactly what they want. But there is one way that wealthy people can vote, and it's with their feet, like this article says right here. UK set to lose thousands of millionaires as the rich decide to vote with their feet and move overseas. What do they mean? Well, they're going to pick up and leave. They're going to vote on their own by going away, essentially. Now, the worst part about this for the UK, which of course I want the UK to be as prosperous as possible, I want the country to do fantastic, but the problem is, if you're turning these people away from your country, and I'm not saying turning away, you're basically kicking them out. Of course, not directly, they're choosing to leave, but you're basically forcing them to. Well, at that same time, right, like you're going to lose all that money that they would have paid in taxes. So what's better, some money in taxes or no money in taxes? Because that's exactly what it's gonna be. Of course, there will be some people who stay and pay more money in taxes, but there's gonna be a lot less people who do that. When you're making a lot of money, 10 million, 15 million, even less than that, let's say you're making $100,000 and you can save that by moving to another country, why wouldn't you? And that's exactly what's happening. So instead of getting this money in taxes, they're just gonna miss out on this opportunity and lose these people when they go to other countries like the UAE, move to Dubai, set up a company there, and pay taxes over there, which in most cases, people don't have to pay any taxes, especially on personal income in Dubai. It is 0%. And just how many people are actually expected to leave the UK? Well, in 2023, it was projected that 9,500 millionaires left in 2023. And now with things getting worse in 2024, I only expect this to get worse and worse and higher. But the UK isn't the only one feeling this pain. We have China at number 1. Of course, they have a much bigger population. But then the UK is at number 2 over India. And India has a huge population. You guys know this already. Major population. So you would expect that the number would at least be a little bit similar, but no, it's not. The UK is actually much larger. Many more millionaires are choosing to get up and leave. And if we're being honest, there's so many problems with a country like the UK now. A lot of people are moving in, maybe not quality people. They're taking advantage of the government systems. The country has become more and more dangerous. You can't really feel safe when you leave outside, when you leave the house. You feel like maybe you'll get robbed or stabbed. There's a lot of videos of literally people robbing people. You can see this video right here. It doesn't matter where you are, you're at risk, and that's the honest truth. And unfortunately, there's even more little things like the mandatory enlistment for at the age of 18. To be honest, I don't even disagree with that one, but I know that a lot of people might not want to be enlisted in the army and be forced to, and maybe they don't want their kids to be forced to, especially with all the war going on right now. So people are opting out and they're getting visas in other countries, moving to other countries. Specifically, the one that we found they move the most to and we've helped them move to is specifically Dubai and the UAE. And if you want help to move to Dubai to pay 0% in taxes or basically nothing in taxes, you can book a call using the link down below. I'd be more than happy to explain you the step-by-step process. But what do you think? Do you think the UK will recover from this? Do you think the millionaires will come back? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below.